Hello YouTube. Today is a super hot. Right now it's at 102 and going to be 104 later. That's what it is. I have a 2015 Honda Pilot, and this is going to be replacing bearing possible, but the guy who owned this car take to main mechanic. He said that one, it could be the VTM, the all-wheel drive transfer case that make that noise, and the other guy will say it could be the bearing. So I need to go test drive to see it is a bearing or it is the transfer case. Okay, so let's go test drive on that. This one have 64,000 miles only. So 25, 30, 40, you can hear the whining sound like airplane. If I pull to the left, a little bit more noise than the right side. So let's do a little bit more testing here. Okay, now you can hear that left, a little bit increasing, then go to the right. When you pull to the right, it kind of quieter. So on a bearing, anytime you pull to either side, increasing noise level, okay, that would likely the bearing. See that? So on this right here, I would say that the driver's side bearing, because anytime I pull on the left, it increasing. And if on the passenger side, if I put on the left, then should be lower, and put on the right, it should be increasing. Okay. I don't know if my camera can catch that noise, but just because this Honda here have terrible road noise already, and I cannot be able to catch up with my cheapy camera here. So we're taking this to jack the cars up and take out the axle and spin by hand to see I can hearing the whining noise coming from. Okay, so this is the second generation Pilot. This is the body of the second generation Pilot, and I did replace engine on this model too, but not in this car. Brake and some other stuff as well. So if you like to know more about removing engine or anything like that, then I have this car that working on too. If this is two-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, when you hear rumble noise like this, they have a play. If you scissor up and down this way like this, normally you can feel the bearings have a play, but on this it does not have no play at all. Okay, no play. And this is Michelin tire too, so pretty much brand new, and it shouldn't make no noise. It's Michelin tire. Punch this pin a little bit. Okay. And the socket for that is 36 millimeter. Okay. Bolt right here is 24 probably, and down the back here is the same one. Pretty tight. I'm going to take down the wheel sensor. This right here. Okay. Inspect it to make sure no cutting or anything like that. Put it up here. Alright. Now okay, this bolt here is number 19. Super hot. Okay, on this bolt here, normally you cannot really turn by hand. You have to use a punch like this one. But on this one, it's pretty soft. It's not even tied up. Hot, hot. Okay, now the 4 bolts came off. Just tap it. It shouldn't be that difficult to come off. There. So I'm going to do a little bit cleaning. This is staying out. To make sure all this little rust here, they go away first. I'm not going to put my axle. I'm going to tie this first, and it requires about 81 foot-pound. You can put 80 foot-pound, 84, 85. Don't really matter. Okay, right around 80 foot-pound on this 4 bolt here. Okay, and you can do a crisscross from the top to the bottom, side to side. Okay. Alright, if you don't have a torque wrench, you can go renting one. Or you can fill it by hand. Make sure your wheel doesn't come off. That's all. Alright, that's just kidding. Okay. So now I'm done, so I need to put my axles in. Okay, the axles in. Closing down this axle nut a little bit. Okay, this 2 bolt here is 156 foot-pound. Okay. Okay. Couple hammer for it. Make sure it's tight. That's good enough. In case you cannot slide in your brake into it, that means you have to do opening the slide pin. I'm going to put 100 foot-pound. Okay. Now to torque this nut here, either someone press the brake or stick a screwdriver into slot like that, but inside here. So when it stops, it will stop right here, so it won't move that axle nut. So I'm going to do that. Okay, on this nut here require 242 per pound. And that's it. Let's go test ride again. Okay, let's hit the road again to see that noise still there. Okay, before at this speed you should hear noise already, and now you don't really hear much. Okay, actually you don't hear nothing right now. Now the noise is not there no more. Okay, so wheel bearing is sometimes it's hard to identify if that noise is not really loud enough. Okay, now it's 40 mile per hour, 50 mile, 60 mile is not going to make any more noise because I got the right part and the right bearing, so solve the problem. So if you know that if the bearing is not bad enough, sometimes it's hard to identify to see where that noise coming from. It could be something else, but normally if you increasing by just tapping your wheel like this, and you are increasing the noise, the noise, I mean, definitely is the bearing. It cannot be your drivetrain, because most likely drivetrain is just consistently straightforward. It will keep the noise the same even though you try to a little bit twist your steering wheels on that. Alright, thank you for watching, and now you know how to do your wheel bearing. You don't have to press because this is come with the whole assembly. If you don't take the axle nut, if you don't take the caliper and all that stuff, then only for a bolt that you have to remove it. And very simple for this, and thankful Honda for it, because in the past most cars you have to press the whole bearing out, and this one I think you can press the bearing out too. The bearing itself costs about $40, and this complete whole unit costs about $145. If you look online, probably cheaper. Okay, and I know that if you buy from a local auto part, like normally in your town, it costs about $150, right around there. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to help me subscribe, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye bye now.